Obviously, a lot of people will ask about Spencer Rattler this week and the challenge that he poses for you.
Yeah, playing really, really well, right now. And, high completion percentage, over 70%. And throwing to some, really big physical receivers that are playing really well, So, no, he's playing at an extremely high level, probably the best, that I've seen him play, over these 2 years. So big challenge.
You got to see a lot of him the last couple of years. How have you seen him kind of develop and mature?
Yeah, I think his accuracy, his decision making, has really improved this year. He's making smart plays with the football. I think there's a level of confidence. His mobility within the pocket. I think his pocket presence has improved. He's done a nice job sort of extending plays. And then when it all breaks down, and there's nothing open, he's done a really nice job this year of, making plays with his legs. So, he can make all the throws, from a physical arm talent. Like I said, he's playing with a lot of confidence. That, anytime you're over 70% completion rate, like you're doing something really, really well.
We talked a lot about getting more pressure on the quarterback. I know, it's a couple of these matchups with the running quarterbacks is different, but how much is that still an emphasis, getting pressure, getting some sacks? I know that's what your secondary needs.
Yeah, it all ties together, right? It's if you can get pressure on a quarterback, it helps the back end, and if the back end can play tight coverage, it'll help the rush. So it all works together. And we need one of those games where, just like we talk about complementary football, offense, defense, special teams, we need to play complementary football from a coverage and a pass rush, and they need to play together, and they need to play, equally well to help the other. And when one, of those areas is playing at an elite level, it helps the other one. And so I think, we need that from a defensive standpoint, playing complementary. Hey, listen, if the guys feel like they can get sticky, it'll help the rush, and we can, make that QB hold the ball an extra tick. If we're struggling sort of in the back end to be able to match up, we've got to be able to win our one-on-ones up front. And, that's what we need to do this week. We haven't done it at a high enough rate, both coverage and in pass rushes, win one-on-ones. There's not going to always just be free runners in the pass rush game. There's not going to be just easy zones or man coverages. People got to win. That's why you come to this league, for high competition, and so we need that this week.
Outside of the Georgia and Bama games, the defense does a solid job of not letting things avalanche. I mean, the high point totals, it seems like on par with some of your guys' best years. Are you impressed with the way the defense has been able to kind of stay level outside of those two?
Yeah, it's felt a little bit roller coaster, and throughout the season, starting about midseason after the Georgia game, and we just try to stay level. Like, that's our goal, is to stay playing. But we'll play good, for series, 2 series, 3 series, and then something will happen. It'll be 2 poor series. Then we'll come back, and then we'll play a good game, and then not our best game. And then we just have to consistency down the stretch here, and it starts with this game. It starts with just playing consistent football, series after series, and it's been one of those years that I think we've just been too roller coaster. And even in the Bama game, you make some plays early in the downs, like you get them to third and extra long, like that's what you're hoping for. Your first down efficient, your second down efficient, and then you give up a big one on a third and long. Like those kill you. They're momentum killers. They're not just for the crowd, your morale, like everything you're trying to build throughout the game. So we just have to hunker down in those moments and build off a positive play, and add another positive play, and then another one, and then, hey, listen, there are going to be some negative ones, but you got to minimize how negative they are.
looked like you really missed Andrew last week. Do you think he'll be available Saturday? And what does that change if he's able to be in the mix?
Yeah, we'll see. Coach will handle that. But guys in this league, you got to step up, and injuries happen, and especially in a long season here, we're going into game 11, game 8 in the SEC. Guys are going to get dinged, and so backups need to step up and be ready to play.
That third down defense was an issue early in the season. Seemed to get better. I know every play's different, so I don't know if there's a way to coach third downs. But what is it like collectively that you think has kind of led to the issues there?
You know what? Honestly, I think it's a little bit of everything. And I know Coach mentioned it. Every game you evaluate, and as a coach, you critique every little call you make. And I think sometimes it's just poor execution. Sometimes I think I probably try to get too much into a call. And sometimes you're like, hey, I'm trying to help this guy. I'm trying to take away this route. And there's just too many things that you're trying to get done. And, hey, sometimes you just need to cut them loose and play fast and play confident. And so those are the battles you fight, as a coach, as a game planner, like, you know what you want to take away, you know what you have to do. And but sometimes you just have to say, listen, guys are going to have to win some one-on-ones. They're going to be put into some tough spots. But as long as they know that and they can just play fast, and you're better off that way sometimes. And so, there's a mix of things. Obviously, every time one doesn't go right, you wish you could have a different call. Every time one, goes right, like, yeah, all right, I hit that one. But no, we just need to play fast. We need to play confident. And like I said, at the end of the day, there are going to be certain times you guys are going to have to win one-on-ones, whether it's a pass rush, and it's in a tough matchup on a pass rush, but you got to just do it. It could be a quarterback. Hey, you got to make a tackle on a really tough quarterback in space, or hey, you got to cover a really tall, physical wide receiver that can run, and he's got 1,100 yards. You're going to have to do it this week, and so that'll be the key.
Aside from the Georgia game, you guys have played well on the road. Going into this tough environment this weekend, what can you guys take from these past games that can help you going into this weekend?
Yeah, I guess you'd say confidence. Every road environment's a little bit different. I think we've got a fair amount that have played down there before and understand, like, this is one of those, environments that they can get intense. And but we've played in some tough ones in the past, and even this year. And so, like going down to Mississippi State, and playing good, I think the guys can look at that and say, okay, gain confidence. We went into a tough environment, a place that we hadn't played particularly well over the years, and they elevated and rose up. And it wasn't a perfect game, but in crucial moments, they did elevate and they did make the plays. And Coach says it all the time, you don't know which play it's going to be. And so hopefully on Saturday we can make those plays in those crucial moments. The last time we went down there, we had guys that made a lot of plays on fourth down. We had a lot of fourth down stops that helped us, and third down, third and short stops, and we're going to need those again.
With injuries, comes opportunities, like I said. We saw Nazir come in last week and really step up. What can you say about him and his role moving forward?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously really high on his future, but a lot to learn, and so that's going to be, he's just got to stick to day by day, learning what we do, learning our technique, learning when there's moving parts, they move fast, but he has all the talent and he has the want to and the drive. He works really hard out at practice, stays after, and as long as he continues to have that desire, that burning desire inside him to be better and to be great, we're excited about his future.